Yes, once again, welcome to Python programming training. And today we are going to discuss about collection or sequential data types. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by collection? Simply, till now we have seen integer. If I want to represent integer value, simply I'll take an identifier value A and I'll assign the value to this identifier. If I want to take string, for example, name, okay, hello, this is how can I define a string to a variable name. If I want to represent a float value, simply let's take p and 2.5. These are we are representing individually a 10, name hello, b 2.5. If I want to represent all these value under single entity, if I want to represent 10, hello, 2.5, all this value I want to represent in a single entity or single identifier. Let's take L. So I want to represent 10 and hello and 2.5. At this point of view, particularly if I want to represent multiple data types of data in single entity is called collection data types. Means we are collecting different data types values in single entity. That's the reason why we are calling collection or sequential data types. So in the definition, you can see that to store different data type elements, nothing but heterogeneous objects. What do you mean by heterogeneous? If I say homogeneous, we can write heterogeneous or homogeneous also here. Okay. If you want to store only homogeneous objects means plural, or heterogeneous objects, then we need to use collection data type and it is stored in single entity. So heterogeneous means different data types. Like as I explained, 10, hello, right? 2.5, like this. 10 is the integer, hello is the string, 2 point is the float, and these all values can be stored in single entity. Let's say a name n, and also we can store only numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. So we are going to mix all the data types in single variable. That is the purpose of collection data types. And these are the very important collection data types. One is the list. Second one is tuple. Third one is this can be pronounced as tuple and some people as tuple. Okay, whatever it is, I'll pronounce like tuple. Set and yes, someone is making noise. Okay. Now, list, tuple, set, dictionary, Frozen set. If I ask you simple question, what are the data types? You will say numeric or integer, float, complex. Okay. Next, Boolean, true or false. Next, non-numerical, that is string. And last but not least, collection data type that are list, tuple, set, dictionary, and Frozen set. If you know set, automatically you know the Frozen set. Only single difference. This dictionary is the only unique data type. Okay. These have some slight difference. List, tuple, set, Frozen set. Only slight difference. You may get confused. Simple, but If you are not familiar with coding or theoretical part, surely you'll get confused. Okay, now let's go start with list. List data type. What do you mean by list data type? List data type to store group of values, single entity. That's what I explained in previous slide. So how can we represent a list values? List, what does mean by list? Number of, right? Okay, list of values. It is represented with square bracket. Listen very carefully. I'm going to give very important and tricky things. In fact, what we call it is we can remember it blindly. No need to get confused. Okay, if you have pen and paper, you can write that. List. How can we represent values in list? Simply, we'll take square bracket. Okay, so you may get doubt for tuple and set, because for tuple we are going to represent like this. For set we are going to represent this curly bracket. Okay, you may get confused between what is the bracket I need to use for list, what is the bracket I need to use for set. So simply remember here, list is L. Okay, L. Let's take another L, opposite L. If we add both, this is for list. Okay, this L, remember that. And tuple, TU, you remember U. U is, it looks like round bracket, right? So tuple is round bracket. You can't find this kind of identification anywhere in this world. I strongly and confidently saying that. Okay, you will never get this kind of tricks to remember for the data types. I have been working out on this from 2 days onwards, right? This is tuple. Remember U. Round bracket. Now set. How set? Set is like this, right? Yes. If you add another yes, yes, yes. Okay. Flower or curly bracket. This is the way how can you remember whenever you want to represent the data in different collection data types. Okay, I hope it's clear to you. Now let's get back to the list. List. You can observe I have taken one identifier name, a variable yes student, and on that I want to represent different. I have to take square bracket and I need to enter the values in this square bracket. One is the integer data type. Mahesh in the string data type, right? 2.5, it's a float value, and true Boolean value. If I print the student, all these values are printed. So this is about the list. These are the values. Of course, you can represent only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or Mahesh, Suresh, Ramesh, like that. Or else true, false, false, true. You can add homogeneous elements or heterogeneous elements, but it must be represented in between two square brackets. And what are the characters of list? Their difference between set, list, and tuple. Already I gave the one difference, that is the way represent. This is the list, this is the tuple, and this is the set. Okay, now what are the different characters associated with the list data type? Okay, first one is the mutable. I think this is the most important feature or character for list or collection data types. What do you mean by mutable? Mutable means whatever the content or the values are there, we can modify that. We can modify. What do you mean by modify? We can delete, we can add, okay, we can remove. All these operations can be performed whenever there is a concept of mutable. The opposite of mutable is immutable. Immutable means once we assign the values, we cannot remove or we cannot add to these values. For example, if I take 1 Mahesh and 2.5, okay, rest handwriting, 1 Mahesh and 2.5. Now enough, true is not required here. If I want to replace this Mahesh with Suresh, okay, simply I can modify like that. Simply, what is the thing we are going to do is student, okay, what is the index number? It's 0 1. In the place of 1, you assign the value Suresh. Then in the place of Mahesh, Suresh will be replaced. If I want to delete, yes, I can delete. This is the concept of mutability. So lists are mutable data type. And second one is ordered. Everything is in order. 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it is in the order. And we can add in the order also. We can remove in the order also based upon index number. Right? And duplicates are allowed. What do you mean by duplicate values? Repeated values. Duplicate values means repeated values. For example, I have taken different 1 Mahesh 2.5 true like that. I can take 1 1 1 2 2 2, right? I can take like this also. Still, it is valid. Or else I can take Mahesh for 5 times. Mahesh like this. So on so. So duplicates are allowed in list data type. And already I have explained you, it is indexed. What do you mean by indexed? Simply by giving the value integer number, we can access the elements in the data type like 0, 1, 2, 3. If I want to access, retrieve the 2.5 value, simply I'll take index number as 2. And growable in nature. What do you mean by growing? It's growing. Now it's here. If I add, or we can say append. This is the keyword you use to add elements to list. If I do append operation, automatically values first 1 is there. Then I'll add Mahesh. Then I'll add 2.5. Then I'll add 2. So here to here. It's growing. Number of values are growing. That's the reason growable in nature. How can we remember these characteristics? Simply, who is our PM? Modi, right? Which state he is from? Gujarat. MODIG. That's it. Right? Actually, it's not like that. But for easiness, I reframed the sentences. Okay. M for mutable. If I ask you, if someone asks you, what are the characteristics and what are the, or can you tell me about the list? Lists are mutable, ordered, and duplicates are allowed, and indexed based data collection. Of course, it is growable in nature. This you can tell, and it is represented with square bracket. Is there any confusion in this concept? Any doubts? Right. No one is asking doubts. Fine. If you completely understood this concept, then you won't ask. If you don't understand anything, you don't ask. Okay, that's the student nature, I know. Fine. And let's move forward. And what are the things we can do, or we can what are the operations we can perform on the list? Okay, these are the list comprehension, not nothing but one kind of operations we can perform on the list. What are the things you can perform? Append, most important and useful function. Okay, I didn't write the things. What do you mean by what this? What is what? Append means adding the elements. You can see append function only for list. And if you want to clear. If you want to copy, you can copy. If you want to count how many elements are there, for example, there are some values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to count, simply take the identifier n dot count. Simply it counts. If I want to count to 2, how many 2s are there? You can represent 2. It counts 2 values in this. Okay. Now, extend, we can use indexed. What is the index of that position? You can insert, pop, remove. Okay. It is based upon index number. It directly removes. It removes based upon index. It directly removes. We can reverse. For example, 1, 2, 3. If I want to reverse this, after reversing, you will get 3, 2, 1. And you can also use maximum functions. What is the maximum value? What is the minimum value? For example, if I take 1, 2, 100, 99, okay, some random values, 17, 19. Okay, let's assign some value L. Let's check here. If I want to find maximum of this value, simply max of L. It throws output as 100. Minimum also. So where it is useful, simply in your interview, we ask take some numbers and find the what is the largest value. Largest is nothing but maximum value. What is the least value, minimum value? These are kind of questions you will be asked hands-on. Okay, I think it's over. List concept. Let me check once. Yes. Okay, list concept is over. Let's go through some coding part. Okay, then we'll start after some 5 minutes of break. Then we'll go for break. Then we'll start tuple. So that we open Spider. You must familiar with Spider. Okay. See how I'm operating the Spider. Okay, fine. Okay, these are all the values. Simply, I'll share this code, but just observe the outputs here. In the list, I'm assigning Python, data science, 2018 in the square brackets. Okay. Now I'm going to execute this. Yes, there is no error. Now I want to print. I can use print or else simply in Spider directly give the name. It will be executed. And you can use print also. It also give like this. Now I'll take, these are the heterogeneous elements. Now I'm taking homogeneous elements, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now if I want to print, simply I'll take list to 2, then I'll execute that. Executed. Now I'm taking homogeneous elements with string data type. Okay. Now it's executed. List 3. ABC. Now Python class, basics of Python is given. Okay. If I want to access, you can access. And list 1. In the list 1. So here I gave list 1 already. But what happens in Python? Whenever I reassign the values, these values will be deleted. This value will be deleted and it updates current values. If I print here, after printing list 1, it is given these values. Operator or variable name is same. The values or the content will be changed whenever you update the different values. Now I'll execute this. Now I want to access indexing. Yesterday I explained what do you mean by indexing. Simply in square bracket, we will give start, end, and step. Okay. Now this is slicing concept. If I want to access the data with indexing, simply I'll give 0 or 1 index number. Okay. Now I'm taking here 0. This is 0 value, 1, 2, 3. So what happens here? Let's check. Off. Because I have given off. -3. How? -3? You started from reverse index, right? Minus means reverse indexing. -1, -2, -3, -4. So basics is the -3. Is that fine? Now you are taking a few more things. Same values, my list, and here also I'm taking indexing 2. 2 means last value. 3 also 3 value will come 0, 1, 2. So 2 is nothing but this value, and it's starting slicing. There is semicolon. It means started slicing. It starts from 1 and end value is not given, so that it takes up to last value 0, 1, 2. From 1 n -1, end is not given, so it takes last value, that is 2. 2 minus 1 means 1, so it prints only 2 value. Okay. It's giving end value. Fine. Next we are going to do append. This is the very important thing. List dot append. What happens? My list is already there and I want to add this 4 value into this string. This list. Okay. So using append function, after appending, yes, it is added, and let me print my list. Now you can see extra 4 is added at the end. Actually we have up to only 3, but here 4. And you can also access the data and extend. You can do multiple operations. After that, after extending operation, let's check the output. What happens with extend? Simply it gives string value with split. In extend, we need to use only string data type. If I use integer, you can see type error. Okay. Now you can check. Already 5 is there. Again, it is added 5. Like that, it goes on. And pop. Pop means it removes the elements. If you don't give integer or a index number, it takes default value is last value, that is pop. E is removed and 0, first one, -1, last one, my list, right? This is how it removes the values based upon index. So I want to reverse these values. Next, let me print my list. After reversing, let me print my list. Then what happens? Reversed. It started from 2, ends with I here. But here started with I and ended with 2. And sort values based upon alphabetical order. And values E, F, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. So it is sort. Sort means sorting. Sorting with alphabetical order. Of course, it is also sorted based upon values. Let me update list 2 with numerical values and let me sort it out. So what means 0 to 1 means minimum to maximum. 13, 25, 34, 42. Actually, the original list is 30, 42, 53, 34, 25. Now it is ordered. And again, append function is going to use. It is added. Okay. It is extended means it is string. Here also I have given string. Means some commands are repeated. So once again we can hear and we can execute that. After that, let me execute only list 2. See at the end, it is added. 1 to 1 is added by Swifty. Extend is already have done, right? Already this also have done. You can check here. Now in that second index number, I need to append 0, 1, 2, 3. Here, what is the list 2 value? First, let me execute list 1. In the list 1, second index number, that is 2013. Okay, 2013. In the 2013, I want to 2234. 2234. It is replaced. Now let me print again this statement. Values are updated, right? 2234. In the first, we have 2013. Now it is 2234. If I want to update with triple 4 8s, list 1 with this value, or else let me take 3 so that you don't get. In 2018, I wanted 4 8s. Now it is replaced. Let's show the output. 888. Oh, sorry, 4 8s. Instead of 2018, we have 4 8s. Okay, we can update like this. Print list 1. This is power of exponent. Okay, already we have done all these values. List values. This is again append function as repeated. Pop is repeated. Insert. Insert function is we'll give third place and we'll assign this value. There are 2 ways we can replace. Okay, this is another one. You can try. I'll share with you code. We have less time, so that I'll share with you at the end of the class. And these are different values. Okay, again, code is repeated. Okay, there is nothing which is not covered, but the code is, for example, if it is take another, and let me print. This is reverse order. Reverse is equal true means, okay, make the data in sorted way with reverse condition. Okay, and all these are the data. A list. Okay, it is not printed first. And now here you can check A list. Last one, we'll explain this and let's take break up to 8 o'clock. Then we'll let's back to the class. Okay, I'm going to assign some values 1, 2, 3, XYZ, Zara, ABC, 1, 2, 3, Zara, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 like that. Now I want to count what are the repetitive values or number of values in that. For example, if I want to, how many Zara values are there in my list? So simply I use count function. In count function, whatever the value is given, then it searches for all the values. For example, here I am updating the values. Now count Zara. Zara is repeated 2 times. One is here and second one is there. If I want to search ones are there, right? 1, 1, 1. All these are ones only. Here 1, 2, 3, right? Check 10. All these are the 10 values. Thus, we can count the values or repeated values in our list. Till now, any doubts? If you have doubts, you can ask me, or else let's take break up to 8 o'clock. Then let's back to our class and we'll start tuple.